fractions, 2 percentage, and percentages 2 fractions. Right. I'll try to give one more, you try to answer. For example, if I give you 62.5 percentage of, let me just say, 64. Come on, answer. 62.5% of 64. Now, actually, we can do this in multiple ways. Okay, so I'll go on with the very first way. So the first way people will be thinking, okay, again, multiplying 62.5 into 64. No, never do that. Look, I can write this 62.5 percentage as 50 percentage plus remaining as how much? Exactly 12.5 percentage of 64, if I'm not wrong. Right? So this totally will give me 62.5. Right, everybody? Definitely. And we have to find out 64 value. So 50% of 64 is how much? Half of it. Half of it means 32 plus 12.5% means how much fraction, everybody? People, what is 25%? 25% is 1 by 4 if I'm not wrong. 25 upon 100. So 25 ones are 25 fours are. Whereas 12.5 means, can I say half of 25? So half of 1 by 4, can I say 1 by 8 very simply? So this is nothing but 1 by 8. So 1 by 8 times of 64 will give me 8 only. And that's going to give you a simple answer called 40 days. Everybody, have you all understood the point enough? Or I can do one more point. I can write the same 62.5 as 5 into 12.5 percentage of 64. Right? So whereas 5 into 12.5 means 1 by 8 into 64. 8 ones are 8 eights are 5 into 8 will give me again the same answer called 40. Right? So no much calculations over here. Like simple calculations only. Right, everybody? So no need to split much or calculate individually and then add all these numbers. Right, everybody? We can do it in a simple process. So that's how we basically calculate. We basically convert fraction into percentage or percentage to fraction. Right, everybody? Yes. So this is one way of answering the finding percentage questions. Now, one other way I'd like to discuss. For example, given 84 percentage of 150. If given this one, how do you calculate now? Okay, mostly people will be doing in this way if I'm not wrong. So they'll definitely cancel 10 and 84 into 15 you'll try to do with Vedic math trick. 4 5s are 20, 5 8s are 40, 4 1s are 444 plus 2 46, 8 1s are 8 plus 12 give me 12. So that would give me, as I have only 10 now, so 126 must be the answer. But again, not much required. I'll tell you in a much simpler method. Tell me, dears, what is 20% of 30? Yes, it should be 6. What is 40% of 70? Yes, it should be 28. Now tell me, everybody, what is 30% of 20? Again, it must be 6. Now you tell me what is 70% of 40? Definitely it must be a 28. 28. Yes, if you observe, if it is taken as a percentage b, 20% of 30 is taken as a percentage b, what is also equals to everybody? B percentage of a. Right? So this can be again represented in a way called 150 percentage of 84. Always remember, whatever is on the left hand side, we only calculate that amount of percentage if I'm not wrong. Right, everybody? So make sure our left hand side percentage is easy to calculate, not lower number and higher number. Easy to calculate or to split. Right? Now, so is 84 easy to split or 150 easy to split? 150 is easy. We can do this in mind. 150 is two parts, 100 and 50. 100% of 84 is always 84 because 100% of any number will be the same number, plus 50% of 84 should be half of that. So half of that means 42. And that commonly give me 126 as a super simple and fastest answer. So no need to do Vedic math multiplication also. Right, everybody? This you can do in your mind calculation, that too. But this one you need a pen and paper to calculate. So that's what the benefit of mind calculation, and that's what the benefit of the concept called a percentage b is always equals to b percentage a. So remember, always the left hand side must be the easier calculated value or easier splittable values. Right. So let's move on to some questions on finding percentages now. So the very first question for you: 12% of x is equals to given as 6% of y. Then 18% of x is equals to how much percentage of y? Okay, let us take how much as question mark. Right? How much percentage of y. Now we can do this in actually two ways. I'll tell you first the general way that mostly people will use. When we have two equations and both are of equations like is equals to and all, we have a simple method called cross multiplications, right? And that says 12 percentage of x into question mark percentage of y is equals to 6 percentage of y into 18 percentage of x. If I'm not wrong, there are certain common terms which can get eliminated. Percentage x, percentage x, percentage y, and therefore I have 12 into question mark is equals to 6 into 18. 6 ones are 6 twos are 2 ones are 2 nines are, so question mark value should be 9 percentage. Right, everybody? Have you all understood the point? So this is one way, this is a one general way. Or now using shortcut, listen, actually there is no need of pen and paper. You can do without pen and paper. So I basically call this as think without ink. So when you can think, why to use ink and waste your ink basically or time, right? So listen, look, I'll just observe the data for your reference. I'm gonna write 12% of x is given as 6% of y. No, now they're asking about 18% of x will be how much? The question is regarding 18% of x. Now people, if you observe, let us say this is equation 1. Now people tell me if the I'm dividing equation 1 by let us say 2, what I'm gonna get, everybody? Let it be. If I'm dividing equation by 2, what I'm gonna get? Look, in simple terms, yes, I can say 6% of x because the equation should be divided by 2. So 12 by 2 will give me 6% is equals to 6 by 2 will give me 3% of y. That everybody? Now people, if you observe how much I require 18% of x. I have how much percent of x? I have already 6% of x. So now can I say if I multiply equation 2 with a value called 3, won't I get what is 18% of x? So 18% of x is now how much, everybody? 3% of y into 3 will give me 9% of a. So that is how much percentage? It is just 9%, everybody. This you can definitely do in your mind calculus if I'm not wrong. Right, everybody? So 12 half 6. So 6 into 3 will give me 18. Similarly, 6 half 3. 3 into 3 will give me 9. Just two-step answer. Why to do so much calculation? Why to waste our time? Basically, I hope you all understood the point, viewers. Right? Yes. I'm moving on to the next one. This is one such good question again. A number when it decreases by 40% becomes 480. Right? Now, can I say this entire number is 480? No. When a certain number is there, you don't know what number it is. Let us take it as x. So if x is decreased by 40%, right, 40% of x, then only it became 480. So you tell me how much this 480 is actually. Actually, you can directly write a step called if it is decreased by 40%, it should be only of 60% of that x. That is equals to 480. So no requirement of this step now, right? So no requirement to write. That is what into means. So now everybody 61s are 68s are. So percentage of x is equals to 8 means what is the value of x? X divided by 100. So 100 goes that side and x will become 800 to me. But tell me, everybody, is 8 is my answer? No. If you'll be wrong if you choose 8 as your answer, because the question is not regarding what is a number. The question is what is the value of a number when increased by 20? Look, the number is 800. When increased by 20 means, can you tell me what is the overall percentage here? Look, overall percent is nothing but I'll tell you very simple terms. Can I take this 100 as x as 100% of x? Everybody, yes or no? Can I take that x as 100% of x? But because 100% is always equals to 1 if I'm not wrong. 100 upon 100, 100 ones are 100 ones are. So I can say 1. 100% is always equals to. So can I say 100% of x is x? Yes. Now this is increased by how much percentage? This is increased by 20% of x. So totally, I need to find 120% of x. Right? You already know what is x value. You already know x value as 800, and that gives me the overall percentage is as 120. And you know how to do good when you have two zeros. Just two zeros gets cancelled. 12 eights are 96, so that's gonna give me 960 as my 120% of x as the answer. Right, everybody? So 960 option A must be the answer. I hope you all understood this. What is overall percentage? Overall percentage is nothing but Initially everything should be 100% and plus or minus. If it is increased plus, if it is decreased minus. Right, everybody? So simple. So here, as they said decreased, so 100 minus 40 will give me 60%. So 60% is equals to 480 is the overall percentage. This is the overall. Similarly, as the value is getting increased, so 100 plus 20 will give me 120 now. Right, everybody? So that's how simply we can calculate the increment and decrement of percentages. This is very, very important. Right, everybody? Now moving on to the next. A vendor sells 50% of the apples he had and throws away 20% of the apples of the remainder. Okay. Next day he sells 60% of the apples of the remainder and throws away the rest. Okay. This seems a tricky question, but let us see. What percent of the apples did he throw away? Fine. Do you know how many apples he initially have? No. Let he has like totally 100 apples in general. 100 apples. Okay. Let it be. Now people coming to the question. A person or a vendor sells 50% of the apples. Out of 100 apples, how many he sold everybody? He sold 50%. That means how many are sold? 50% of 100 gives me 50 apples are sold. Right? 50 apples are sold. Now tell me everybody, how many are remaining then? The remaining will be 50 apples. Now, out of these 50 apples on the same day, like on the same day, he throws away 20% of the apples of the remainder. So, out of the remaining 50 apples, how many are thrown away, everybody? 20% are thrown. 20% are thrown. So, you tell me, everybody, 20% of the remaining apples, 50 is how much? 10 apples. So, can I say 10 apples are thrown away? Yes. Now, you tell me, everybody, how many are remaining now if 10 apples are thrown? If 10 apples are thrown, 40 apples are remaining. Right? So next day, so this is still day one. This is still day one. Now from here, it's day two. So on day two, he sells 60% of the remainder he have. Okay. So out of 40 apples, 60 apples, 60% of apples is sold. That means how many apples is sold, everybody? 60% of apples gives me 24 apples is sold away. That means you tell me how many are remaining now. Out of 40, if 24 are sold, just 16 are remaining. And he throws away the rest. That means whatever the remaining are, he thrown away. Right, everybody? Now, so quickly tell me, in overall, from the start till the end, how many apples he threw away? Look, initially on day one, 10 apples he thrown away. And on the day two, he thrown 16 apples. So totally, apples thrown is equals to day 1 plus day 2. On day 1, he threw 10 apples. On day 2, he threw 16 apples. So that gives me 26 apples are thrown away. Right, everybody? Now, the question is regarding apples. No, the question is what percent of apples? So, what percent of apples will be 26 out of 100? Exactly. So, 26 of percentage of 100 only should be 26 now. So, what percentage of 100 will be giving me 26? The only answer is 26. Right? So that says option D must be your answer. Is that clear, everybody? I hope it is. Right. Now moving on to the next. So this